Hello and welcome to this week's Wednesday vlog. Hey guys, it's Meggi Liz and welcome to today's video. So, I am super excited about this video because this is going to be a little bit more of a creepier video. And I am super excited to get into this type of category of video because I'm super into reading about things like this. And before I get started, no, I'm not one of those kids that you see stories on that are super into this stuff and become serial killers. That is not it at all. I love watching Shane Dawson's videos, he does a lot of videos like this. So, let's get on with this video. This video is about the top 10 children killers. And when I say children killers, I do not mean people who have killed children. I mean these are 10 stories of kids who became killers. So, let's get on with the top 10 children who became murderers. Also, before I get this started, I will have all of them on here, so I'll probably be reading from this, just because I am not going to try to memorize everything. But yeah, so let's get on with my number 10. Number 10, the Black-Eyed Children. Now, this one nobody knows 100% sure if this is real or fake. But I'm going to tell you what I know about this, because I actually did watch a video of Shane do this, and it was an entire video just talking about this, and all I know is that you can be home one day, alone or whatever, and you'll get a knock at the door with two kids, well, at least one kid, but I know there's, a lot of the times there's two kids. But basically, they'll ask for them to come in and call, someone, their parents or whatever. And if you say no, basically their eyes are black from after they reveal it. And because most of the time they have, a hood on or sunglasses, so you can't really see their eyes. But if you say no to them, basically they will reveal their black eyes and kind of hypnotize you into letting them in, and they'll basically kill you. What it says here, it says, no one knows for sure if the murderous black-eyed kids are real or just an urban legend, but many people have stories about them. Their eyes are nearly entirely black, and they try to get into your house or car, but do not let them under any means, do not let them in under any means, or they'll do terrible things. So yes, that one kind of just gives me shivers, because that one is crazy. I've never experienced it myself, so I can't really tell you if it's true or not, but there are so many stories about it that it makes you wonder if it is true or not. But so if a kid shows up at your door wanting you to let them in or something, don't do it. Don't take a risk. After watching Shane's video of that, I'm like, yep, okay, if a kid comes to my door, I don't care if it's not one of them, I'm not letting them in. Hell no. But yeah, so let's, I guess, move on to my number 9. Number 9, Leopold and Loeb. To be honest, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I'm just kind of just sounded out. I've never even heard of this one, so let's see what it says. It has a picture of them. So that is what they look like, and it says they weren't exactly children at 18 and 19. But Leopold and Loeb have been notorious for their murders of a 14-year-old boy. They were both highly intelligent, privileged young college students who planned the murder, then went to great lengths to cover up their crime. The worst part was they considered their killing an experiment. The Leopold and Loeb case made defense lawyer Clarence Darrow famous. Though both went to prison, Leopold was murdered behind bars. Holy shit. So that one is kind of interesting, like what they said. Like the creepiest part is how they called it a experiment. Like that right there just shows that they probably weren't right in their head, because anyone anyway who murders is probably, there's probably something loose in their head. So that one's definitely very creepy. So yeah. Number 8, Marybelle. So, just in case if you were wondering what she looked like, that is what she looked like. So, she doesn't look too young though, but I don't know. It says, in 1968, when she was just 11, Marybelle strangled and killed 2 young boys, even going as far as to carve an M into one. She and another girl were tried, though it was self-possessed Mary who was found guilty. After the death of one boy, Mary showed up asking to see if the boy in his coffin. She went to prison but was released under a new name in 1980. I actually have heard of that one. I do recognize how she carved the M into him. I do recognize that. But that was fucking crazy, especially now that she is out. I don't know if she's still alive though. I don't know. I think I actually heard about that. And the story behind it, I guess, like, now she's living like a completely normal life and hasn't killed again and is completely living a normal person's life. If that's the same story I'm thinking of. But yeah, that's crazy that, like, the creepiest part is how she asked to see him in his coffin. Like, that itself is just sends shivers down my spine. So I guess let's move on to my number 7. Number 7, Joshua Phillips. Okay, so just in case if you want to know what he looks like, that is what he looks like. And it says, 14-year-old Joshua Phillips' mom thought his waterbed was leaking, but what she found was much worse. Her son had stored the dead body of a young neighbor girl under his bed, and her corpse has been leaking blood and fluids for days. She said her initial injuries were an accident, but Phillips was convicted and still is in prison to this day. Since he was under 18 at the time of his trial, he escaped the death penalty. Okay, so that's creepy that, one, he stored a dead body under his waterbed. I mean, in a way, that's kind of smart, though, because, like, the mom at first thought it was a leak. If she wouldn't have checked, it would have completely slid by her. But, like, that is just creepy how he decided to do that, and how he tried to dispose of the body, and that he was only 16 at the time, and that at least he's still in prison, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't really have too much to say about that one. That one just is weird and creepy, I guess you could say. So I guess let's move on to the next one. Number 6, Jesse Pomeroy. So, because this one is so old, like the case, there's not really a picture of him, but here is a drawing. And looking at the drawing, I'm pretty sure I've actually heard of this one. But it says, Pomeroy was one of the youngest people convicted of a first-degree murder in Massachusetts. As a young teen, he was accused of attacking other boys. When he was 14, a young girl went missing, and a 4-year-old boy was found mutilated. The girl's body was found in an ash head in Pomeroy's mother's shop. Pomeroy went to prison and lived there for decades until his death in 1932. I'm pretty sure I heard about that one because I did hear, like, I recognize, like, how the boy was killed and things like that. That one's crazy. Like, these stories right here just show that you never know who could kill. It can't, like, not all the time it's people who are over 20. Sometimes it's young kids to teenagers. Like, that definitely makes you really think about a lot of things, and that story is just creepy how, like, the picture of him, you can tell that something's not right with him. So let's move on to my number 5. Number 5, Eric Smith. Alright, so just in case if you're wondering what this kid looked like, that is what he looked like. It said 13-year-old Smith was frequently bullied at school due to his red hair, glasses, and large ears. In 1993, he decided to take out his frustration on a small child and killed a 4-year-old boy by dropping large rocks onto his head. Smith confessed shortly after the murder and still remains in prison. Like, that is crazy because, like, I was bullied as well, which I mentioned in the last video that I posted. And thank God I knew how to take my frustration out in a better and healthier way instead of, like, killing a 4-year-old kid who had nothing to do with it. And weirdly enough, that's how a lot of, like, school shootings starts, is because someone was bullied and they decided to take a gun to school and kill the people who did it to them. So, like, I'm not saying that's a good reason to kill someone, because that is not at all. Especially a 4-year-old who had nothing to do with it. I feel like he could have taken his frustration about being bullied out in a healthier way, like reading, music, like that's how I did it. Singing was my getaway. So that's just crazy how small things like that can just trigger someone and anything could happen. Number 4, Graham Young. So, just in case if you wondered what this guy looked like, he looked like that. And it says, as a teen, Young had been experimenting with poison on his family members. His stepmother eventually died from complications related to the poison tea she had been drinking. Young had long been obsessed with violence and poison, so it wasn't surprising when he confessed to the murder. He was sent to a mental institution. He was classified in 1970, only to continue to poison his co-workers. Oh, I'm sorry, he was released in 1970. I don't know why I said that wasn't that. Young died in 1990, but in 2005, a young Japanese girl poisoned her mom in a case related to a movie inspired by Young. A film, A Young Poisoner's Handbook, is inspired by Young. Holy shit. Okay, that one is creepy altogether because he killed his who? His stepmother in, like, using poison, and how he went to a mental institution, got released a couple years after, and then died in 1990, and then a Japanese girl in 2005 got inspired to poison her family, or someone, I can't remember who it said, but poison someone because of a thing she saw that was inspired by him. So that one's just kind of like a train, like, just, it's fucking crazy. And that one really is fucked up and sends shivers down my spine. So let's get off of that one and move to my number 3. Number 3, David Braum. Alright, so David looks like that. And that's creepy how I'm pretty sure that's a mugshot and he's smiling in it. I actually didn't notice until now. But it says, Minnesota teenager David Braum murdered his family with an axe and later showed up to school as if nothing had happened. After bragging about the murders, he was arrested and remains in prison. That one is creepy because he could literally just kill his entire family, go to school, and then act like nothing happened and brag about killing his family. Like, one, that's definitely not something you should brag about, ever. Murder in general is not something to brag about. But how he act like nothing nothing happened, and how he can literally just smile in at that mugshot. I'm guessing that's a mugshot. It looks like one. It's just really creepy, and I don't know how that, he can act like that after killing his family. Number 2, Sydney Schulier and Shirley Wolf. Before I start, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Especially, well, I know I definitely pronounced the second girl's name right, but definitely I don't know if I pronounced the first girl's last name right. But this is what they look like, and it says, these two teen girls brutally stabbed an elder woman to death, and then remarked that they thought murder was a kick, and that they'd love to try it again. The independent film Fun was made about the girls, the title coming from a diary entry where Shirley wrote, "Today, Sydney and I ran away and killed an old lady. It was lots of fun." Okay, so it also says, note that that picture is actually from the movie, so that's actually not what the girls look like. So, don't know what the girls look like, but that is from the movie. I've never even heard of that movie, I don't think. But that is fucked up how they basically were like, hey, like, we could totally do that again. That was fun, and I got a kick out of it. Like, that's literally what that said. And it's creepy, and I don't, like, that literally makes me speechless because of how fucked up it is, and how they could literally, like, just do that and want to do it again. So yeah, I don't really have too much to say about that one, so I guess let's move on to my final one. Number 1, Jordan Brown. Okay, so this picture, I don't think this is actually him, or at least when he did it, because it said he was 11 when he did this, and that is the picture they show, and that looks like a 6-year-old boy, so. But it says 11-year-old Brown shot and killed his father's pregnant fiancée, possibly out of jealousy. I actually think I heard about that one because there's something similar to that I heard about. That's literally all it says. I'm pretty sure that kind of says it all, though. That is absolutely creepy, and especially killing someone out of jealousy is one of the worst ways to do it. Like, you shouldn't kill anyway, but that was one of the worst ways to do it, and I don't think he was in his right mind when he did it, because, I mean, one, like, you didn't just kill your, like, did he also kill the dad? Nope, just his fiance, but he also, like, the fiance was pregnant, so he didn't just kill one person, he also killed an unborn baby, which is fucking demented. Like, that one is crazy, and yeah, so I guess let's move on to the outro. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and also comment down below if you thought any of these were as fucked up, or if you want to tell me about other child killers, then go on ahead, comment those down below, and also comment for suggestions on upcoming videos. I actually, next week, have a very special video. Hopefully I'll be able to do it next week. I don't 100% know. And hopefully next week will also be the very first video I edit on my laptop. I don't have to edit it on this stupid phone anymore. But, anyway, so comment down below for suggestions on upcoming videos, because I'll totally take your suggestions. Subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And all my social media would be down in the description, so go check that out. Go check out my other videos, because I make very fun and interesting videos every week. I post 2 videos a week, and I will see all of you in the next video. As always, bye guys.